sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little story time. I just got in the house. I'm about to go to bed, but I said let me do the story time because I've been wanting to do it, but I just kept putting it off. So I said let me just turn on my phone, record myself, and let's do it. Now this story time, it took place over about, I want to say 3 years, but a year and a half. I was sick for a year and a half. The story's gonna be all over the place because what I should have did, I should have sat down, took the time and wrote down what happened, from what day this happened, what time this happened, but I didn't. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head and try to remember most of the story. But I got some food here. I don't know what it's called. My mom made it. It's really good. I just added some shrimp. Hopefully I heated it up enough. Let me see. I'm going to heat it up some more, but I don't feel like it. I'm tired. Okay, so 2018, I was admitted to the hospital. I had a miscarriage, so I had to go to the emergency room. I had to get put to sleep so they can clean my uterus out. So that happened in 2018. But before I left the hospital, I want to say like 4 or 5 different nurses came in. They just kept coming in asking me, do I want to get on birth control? Do I want to get on birth control? And I kept telling them no. So they just kept coming in. So I finally gave in. I said, okay, fine, I'll get on birth control. I don't know why I said it. I just said it. Or I left the hospital to go home. I got the Depo shot. That's what you get in your arm or your butt cheek. So I got mine in my butt cheek. And you're supposed to get it every 3 months. So they were just telling me like it was little to no side effects. She said a lot of women get on birth control, the Depo shot. They like the Depo shot because most of the women don't have a period. So I'm like, cool, that's cool, because I hate having periods anyway. What female like to be on their period? Sorry if guys watching this TMI, but nobody like to be on their period. So I got the Depo shot. I left the hospital. I went on with my life thinking nothing of it. I want to say maybe a year and a half I was on the Depo shot. I didn't get my period the whole time that I was on the Depo shot. No period. I was happy. So I want to say a year and a half went by. So I started getting like little headaches. And I don't really get headaches unless I'm sleepy, and I'll go to sleep and then it'll be fine. So I started getting headaches. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why I'm getting headaches? Maybe I'm working too much. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. So I was just getting headaches for weeks at a time. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I keep getting headaches? Like what's the problem? Maybe I should go to the hospital. Maybe I should try to figure out to see what's going on, because nobody should be getting headaches like this. So I would just started taking, maybe, I want to say I took a leave sometime. I took Benadryl, because Benadryl put me right to sleep. Benadryl and NyQuil put me right to sleep. So I want to say I got on those. I got on those for the headaches. And I just kept having headaches and they wouldn't go away. So the headaches, I want to say I had a headache for like 2 weeks and then it went away. I'm thinking like, okay, cool. The headaches went away. I'm good. I'm back to normal. So I want to say maybe like a week later, I'm like my head is just pounding. Like my head is just pounding. I couldn't see. I couldn't think straight. Nothing. I'm like, what is this? Like, why? I'm like, this not a headache. This got to be more than a headache. I don't know. It's a migraine. Like, what is a migraine? I think the migraine is worse than a headache. So it was just so bad. Like, it was just so bad. So I would just lay in my room, lay in my bed, turn the TV off. I would just lay in the dark. And the migraines, they were just happening for so long. And I'm like, all right, what's going on with me? So I went to the hospital. Well, I went to the emergency room. I let them know all my side effects and telling them that I've been having headaches. And then the headaches, they turn into migraines. And they just keep coming back to back. So the doctors, they checked everything. They did blood work. They ran some tests. And they didn't understand what was wrong with me. They said I was fine. They didn't see anything that was like, abnormal, or they didn't see anything that wasn't normal. So they prescribed me some, I think it was ibuprofen. I want to say it was ibuprofen. They prescribed me some ibuprofen. So I started taking that, but that didn't work. I still was getting the migraines. I still was getting the headaches. I'm like, what is going on with me? So I want to say a month went by. When I say I had a migraine every single day for a month, I had a migraine every single day for a month. Just imagine having a migraine every single day. Like, who wants to have a migraine every single day? So I would take like over-the-counter pills. I would take maybe like Aleve, Dayquil, NyQuil, and then I want to say a couple weeks after that, I noticed that I wasn't sleeping like through the night. Like, I probably would get like an hour of sleep. An hour one night, 2 hours the other night. Some nights I didn't sleep at all. The migraines went away for a little bit. And then months later, like one night, I couldn't sleep at all. I ain't think nothing of it. I couldn't sleep at all. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So 2 nights came. The next night, I didn't sleep again. 3 nights, I didn't sleep. I didn't take a nap. I wasn't tired. I had so much energy. I'm like, all right, maybe all them pills that I was taking trying to, get the migraines, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a side effect. So I'm like, all right, 4 days, no sleep. I wasn't tired, nothing. 5 days, no sleep, no nap, nothing. I wasn't tired. 6 days, I'm like, all right, 6 days, I ain't been asleep in 6 days. Something is wrong with me. Like, something is wrong. Why can't I sleep? I haven't slept in 6 days. I wasn't tired. I wasn't sleepy. I had so much energy. I'm like, what's this called? Insomnia? I got insomnia or something? I didn't know too much about insomnia. However you pronounce it. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I didn't sleep for 6 days. And I'm like, all right, let me take a NyQuil. When I take NyQuil and Benadryl, either or, they put me out. Like, I got 20 minutes after I take the pill and I'm out. I'm asleep. I'm done for the rest of the night. And the next morning, they always have me weak. So I know I wouldn't take a NyQuil if I had to work, because I know I wouldn't be able to get up the next day. So I took the NyQuil. Nothing. I was up. I had so much energy. I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't tired. Nothing. 7 days. No sleep, no nap, no nothing. 8 days, no sleep, no nap. I wasn't tired. I had so much energy. 9 days. So I'm telling my mom, I'm like, Mom, I can't sleep. Like, what's wrong? I haven't been asleep in 9 days. Like, I cannot sleep. I'm not tired. I got so much energy. I don't have a headache. Don't you know how, like, you can feel your head? Like, you can feel the headache. Like, I couldn't feel nothing up there. Like, it was nothing. Like, I could not feel nothing up there. So 10 days go by. I said, all right, well, I ain't take a pill in like 3-4 days. So let me take a pill. So I took 2 NyQuils. Because one NyQuil will put me out. So I took 2 NyQuils. Nothing. Day 10, nothing. Day 11, nothing. So day 11, I went to the hospital. I went to the emergency room. I let them know that I couldn't sleep. I was here before and I couldn't sleep. I'm letting them know I have not been asleep. Like, what's wrong with me? I have not been asleep. So she said, they gave me some medicine. Once again, the medicine didn't work. So I got scheduled for a brain MRI. I went to my first appointment for the brain MRI. I got there. I'm sitting in the waiting room. She said they're going to have to reschedule me. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. The second time that I went, Notice the first time that I went, they rescheduled it. The second time they called me and said they got to reschedule my appointment because somebody was in an MRI and something happened with, I don't know, they just was giving me the runaround. Something happened with the MRI machine. I'm like, okay, this is the second time that I got to cancel. Y'all cancel me or I got to reschedule. I know it wasn't the lady for it, so I can't really be mad at her. So she was just telling me like something was going on with the machine. All right, so the third time I get there, I'm sitting in the waiting room. I'm waiting for my appointment. The lady talked about she got to reschedule me. I said, no. Y'all not going to reschedule me. This is the third time y'all trying to reschedule me. I'm telling y'all, I can't sleep. Something is wrong with my brain. Like, y'all need to check my brain. Something is going on up here. It's been almost 14 days. I did not sleep. Like, I think, yeah, it's been 14 days that I did not sleep. So, like, something is going on with my brain. Like, why am I not sleepy? And she was telling me, okay, we're going to call another hospital and see if they can take you. Okay, so they called that hospital. Bam. I went down to that hospital that same day. They got me, I ain't going to say in and out because I had a little wait because it was the last minute. So I want to say I was in there 20 minutes before they took me to the back. So they took me to the back. They put me in this big circle machine. I had to like go inside of the machine. I was scared because I don't like being inside of stuff and I can't see. So they put me inside of the machine. The machine, I guess, was making this noise. It was going round and round and round. I'm just sitting there. I think I want to say I was in there for like 20 minutes. And then she was telling me that, I can't remember what she gave me a needle and she had put something in my arm, I guess, to see. I don't know what it was. I can't remember, but they put something in your arm. So I guess they can see how your body reacts or something. So I got the MR. Did she give me my results right then or right there? Or did they have to call me? I think she said, I don't remember. Did she give me my results or did she call me? I can't remember, but whatever happened, she said the MRI looked fine. Nothing was abnormal. Like everything looked good. And she didn't understand like why I couldn't sleep. So I'm asking her, like, do you know about a sleep study? Do you think that I need a sleep study or I need to go see somebody? And then she had gave me some brochures and she was just telling me like where they did the sleep study at. But when I called them, they didn't take my insurance and it was too far away. So I'm like, all right, boom, whatever. So I want to say on the 17th day, I think I went to sleep for 2 hours. I don't remember. I want to say that I fell asleep for a little bit. But backtrack. Before I did the MRI, I want to say I was taking my kids to school. My kids had to be to school at 8:45. So I dropped them off at school 8:45. I'm on my way to Aldi's. I pulled up at Aldi's parking lot. I turned my car off. And I just got real lightheaded. And I just remember going like this. I passed out and I just remember waking up like where I'm at, like what's going on, where I'm at. And I knew right then and there, like why did I pass out? Why? I don't pass out. Why did I pass out? Like what's wrong with me? So I want to say another time, a little bit after that, like I started not remembering things. Like I couldn't remember stuff. My son was sitting, I'm laying on the bed and my son was sitting on the bed. And me, I was serious, but he thought I was joking. And I'm like, I couldn't remember his name. I could not remember my son's name. I could not remember his name. And I'm like, baby, joking with him, like, baby, what's your name? He was like really tired. My kids call me tired. He was like really tired. I said, yeah, baby, what's your name? He said, Jewels. You don't remember what you named me. My name is Jewels. And I'm like, okay. So what I did was I got a piece of paper and I wrote his name down. I could not remember my son's name. I could not remember his name. So I wrote his name down. I couldn't remember my password on my phone. So I got my son to unlock the password on my phone. And I told him to write my password down. I asked him what it was and I told him to write it down. So I wrote that down. And then I asked him what was my other son's name. My son was laughing because he didn't know I was serious. He thought I was just joking. So he told me my other son's name. So I wrote his name down. and I put it on a little piece of paper, and I taped it on my wall. And my son was looking like, he was like, why you doing that? Why you got her name on there? I was like, I don't know, baby. I just put it on there. So I had put that there just so I knew they was my kids. I knew I had 2 sons. I knew that was my son, but I just could not remember his name. And another incident that happened, this is where I lost my strength. Like, I had no strength. I could not lift nothing. I'm going downstairs. I'm about to make me some cereal. So I got my bowl, I poured my cereal, got my spoon. So I went in the refrigerator and I grabbed I went to go grab the milk. It was a gallon of milk. And I grabbed the milk, and next thing I know, the milk just fell out of my hand. The milk just fell out of my hand. Bust open, the milk went everywhere. So I'm cleaning the milk up. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did milk just fall out of my hand? So I'm just cleaning the milk up. Couldn't make no cereal because I spilled all the milk. So one day, this one fast forward, I'm gonna just be skipping all over the places because I can't remember every incident and when it happened. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. So I'm a strong person. I like to pick up my kids a lot. So one day I went to go pick my son up, and I couldn't lift my son up, y'all. My son not that heavy. My son was about probably like 60 pounds at that time, and I'm always picking him up. I could not pick my son up. I couldn't pick my son up. I couldn't pick up a gallon of milk. I couldn't lift nothing heavy. I lost all my strength, and still to this day, I'm not as strong as I was. Look, I lost all my strength. When I say I had no strength, I had no strength. I couldn't walk up the steps. I had to crawl up the steps. It would take me a long time to get up the steps. It was hard for me to go to the bathroom. I lost my vision. My vision was going in and out. Like, everything was just blurry. Like, the room was just spinning and spinning and spinning. Like, everything was blurry. It was days that I got up and I could not see. Like, when I say I was blind, I was blind. I could not see. And I'm just sitting there, laying there crying. Nobody was in the room with me. Nobody knew what was going on. Like, I was literally dying. When I say I was slowly dying, guys, I was slowly dying. I couldn't see. It was days at a time I couldn't see. My vision was blurry. I had little to no vision. I could not go out in the sun on certain days. I could not be in the sun. It was weeks. Thank God it was summertime around this time, and my kids didn't have to go to school. It was weeks where I couldn't get out of bed. Like, I had to crawl out of bed. I couldn't get up. I couldn't make breakfast. I couldn't make lunch. I couldn't make dinner. I had to call for everything. I had to order everything, or I would have to call my kid's father, like, yo, can you bring them some breakfast? Yo, can you bring them some dinner? Like, I could not do it. I could not be in the sun. Like, it was weeks at a time. I laid in my bed in the dark. I had to listen to the TV. I could not see. When I say I couldn't see, I was blind. I could not see, or my vision was very, very, very blurry. It was days I couldn't take my kids to school. Remind you, this was over a year and a half this was happening to me. I could not take my kids to school. I could not see. I want to say within this year, that year and a half, I want to say I passed out at least 15 times. Probably more. I know for sure I passed out at least 15 times. And thank God I wasn't driving when I passed out. The one time that I was in the car that I passed out is when I was at Aldi's. Like, yo, I couldn't see. I couldn't be in the sun. I had to be in the dark. I laid in my bed with the covers over my head. Everybody be like, dang, you don't go out no more. You don't want to hang with us. Like, what's up? Like, what's up with you? But what y'all didn't know, because I didn't tell nobody. Nobody never really understand what I was going through. And let me tell y'all, when I really I ain't gonna say took it seriously, but when I really knew something was wrong with me, one day I was talking to my son, and he was asking me something, and as I was talking, my whole mouth just went to the side like this. Like, first, before it went to the side, I was like, I couldn't really talk. Like, I was stuttering a lot. And then I was just stuttering a whole lot. Like, I couldn't get what I was trying to say out. I was just stuttering a whole lot. Let me get some soda. My mouth dry. I was trying to tell my son something because he asked me a question. And I was trying to talk. I started stuttering. And then words was coming out my mouth, but I don't know what I was saying. And my whole mouth just went to the side. And I was just talking in slow motion like this. And I'm just like, what's wrong with my mouth? Like, why is my mouth to the side? Like, what's wrong with my mouth? Like, why is my mouth to the side? Like, why I can't talk? And I had a stuttering problem for a while, like a real bad stuttering problem. And nobody really paid attention because I'm a goofball, so they just thought I was joking. They ain't really paying no attention. So I had a stuttering problem. I couldn't be in the sun. I had to be under my covers. I was passing out. I was on different type of medication. What else? One time I went to go get my Depo shot. So while I was at the doctor's office, I'm explaining to the nurse or whatever she was, I'm explaining to her all the symptoms that I'm having. And I'm asking her, is this related to the Depo shot? Do the Depo shot have any side effects? Of all the side effects I was telling you, is any of them side effects of the Depo shot? And she was just telling me no. But I feel like she knew that it was side effects for the Depo shot, but she didn't say nothing. I feel like she didn't care. Like, she just didn't care. Like, she just dared to just, you here for a Depo shot? Let me give you a Depo shot and go. Like, that's my job. And that's the vibe that I got from her. So I continue to get the Depo shot because I'm listening to the nurse. I'm believing the nurse because she a nurse. She know more than me. She went to school for this. She a nurse, she a doctor, whatever. So I had got the Depo shot. Y'all, when I say that whole year and a half, I was slowly dying. I was slowly deteriorating. I couldn't see. I couldn't walk. I'ma always eat. I don't care if I'm sick, whatever. I'm just always gonna eat. I'm a foodie. So, like, that was like the people didn't understand why I didn't want to go out. Like, why I didn't want to be around nobody. But nobody understood. Like, every day I was dizzy. Every day I had a migraine. Every day I had a headache. It was days I couldn't see. Like, I had no energy. It was days I had to, this probably TMI, but it was days I couldn't even go to the bathroom and pee. I had a little bucket, like, right there. Like, I had a little bucket. I peed in a little bucket because I couldn't make it to the bathroom. It was just days I couldn't do nothing. I swear that was like the darkest time of my life. Like, nobody understood what I went through. I still had to be a mom. I still had to take care of my kids. I still had to take my kid to school. But mind you, the whole year and a half, I wasn't working. I didn't have a job. I couldn't work. How was I going to work? I couldn't stand. I couldn't see. So that whole year and a half, I didn't have a job. I still had to pay rent. I still had to pay car insurance. I still had to buy food for my kids. I still had to buy school supplies. I still had to buy food. I had to buy shoes. Of course, yeah, their dad helped me, but still, this was stuff that I had to do. So I'm just spending. Mind you, I'm not working, so all of this is coming out of my savings account. I'm spending all my savings account for a year and a half because I didn't work. I can't work for a year and a half. Nobody knew what I was going through. Like, nobody knew what I was going through. So eventually, I'm like, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna be honest. I had wrote like a goodbye letter. I wrote a goodbye letter. I ain't gonna cry. You gangster. Why would you cry, girl? You is gangster. You is a gangster. You ain't about to cry. Fix yourself. Hold on. Get it together. Hold on. Get it together. You're not about to cry. Oh, let me not leave this part out, y'all. Y'all see my skin? Well, this side of my face burned up. My arm burned up too. Look at the difference. I work outside. The sun is killing me. So this side of my face is burned up. But y'all, I had acne so bad. When I first got on the Depo shot, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months into it, I noticed I started getting like little acne. I ain't think nothing of it at the time. I wasn't thinking about the Depo shot. So I was just getting acne. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, why I always had good skin. Like, I just started getting acne out the blue. Yo, when I say my acne was bad, it was bad. Like, I was covered in scars. breakout, red marks, bumps. If I can find some pictures, I'm gonna insert some pictures either here or at the end. But I don't know if I think I might delete all the pictures, but I'm gonna check on my computer. But that was another side effect. Acne. I hate acne bad, but you would never really tell. But it did left scars. I was wearing makeup when I was getting acne. I did start wearing makeup. I did to cover the acne, because who wants to be out, acne? Who wants to have acne? But my skin it's still messed up, but it's not as bad as it was. So I want to say, what part did I leave off at? Oh, dang, what did I was saying something. I ain't gonna remember. And that's another thing. My memory is bad, yo. When I say it's days that I'm trying to think and there's nothing going on up here, it's nothing going on up there. It's days that I can't even think. It's days that I don't even feel my head. Like, my memory is so bad. Like, you would tell me something, and then you ask me about it the next day or a couple hours. I ain't gonna remember what you said. I would try to think about it as hard as I can, but I'm not gonna remember. I'm not going to remember. Like, my memory is bad, y'all. You ever sit there and you try to think about something or remember something and it's just nothing going on up there? It's just nothing. Like, it's nothing. I can't think. It's nothing. That Depo shot messed me up so bad. Oh, when I said, sorry, y'all, this story is all over the place. I can't remember the time frame of everything. I'm just telling y'all everything that happened within that whole year. So when I was at the doctor's, I was telling the nurse what was going on, and was it related to the Depo shot? But she said no. Remind you, I was getting Depo shot every 3 months. You got to get it every 3 months. I would get it every 3 months in my butt cheeks. I would switch butt cheeks, and I would get it every 3 months. So the doctor or nurse, whatever she was, she just seemed like she didn't care. So I continued to get the Depo shot. I noticed I was stuttering. I still had the migraines. Amber, hold on, pause. This is for Amber, my cousin Amber. I just want you to know that you're my favorite cousin, and I love you so much. And I know it was times when you would come down and visit, and I would promise to meet up with you, and I didn't. This is the reason why. I know you probably the easiest person and the only person that probably would have been there for me and understood, but this is the reason why, that every time that we made plans, I canceled. I did not want you to see me like this. I did not want to tell nobody what's going on with me. It was nothing with you. It was me. Like, I had problems going on. And still to this day, like right now, I'm trying to think of like everything that happened within a year. I can't remember everything that happened. I know some stuff that happened, but I can't remember everything. Even if I wanted to think, even if I try to think, I can't remember. Like, my memory is shot. Like, my memory is shot. Like, I can read something right now. I don't know what I just read. I don't know what I read. I'm not going to remember. Yeah, I can read it 5 times, but I'm not understanding what I read. And I feel like that's messed me up in the long run. Like, I really feel like what I wanted to do, I can't do now, because that messed me up in the long run. Like, my memory is bad. I remember my son bringing home his homework and he asking me for help. And I'm thinking, like, I know this, but I don't know this. I know this, but I don't know this. Like, I should be able to help my son. I can help my son. I didn't know nothing. I could not help him with his homework. Like, I did not know how to help him. And I know he was just looking at me like, didn't you go to school? Didn't you graduate? Yeah, baby, I did. Like, my kids would ask me stuff. And I'm like, huh? What'd you say? Like, people were talking to me. I would hear you, but it just wasn't registering. It was not registering up in here. Like, you would tell me something, I would just be looking at you like, what? What'd you say? Say it again? Like, I would have to ask people to repeat themselves. Like, repeat yourself. What? No. Y'all, this Depo shot messed me up so bad. I don't care what them doctors say. I don't care what them nurses say. I'm telling y'all from my experience. When I was on that Depo shot, this what happened to me over a year and a half. A year and a half, this was happening the whole year and a half. Yeah, I would get little breaks. It'll stop for like a day or two. It'll stop for like a week. But when I did not sleep for 16 days, I knew something was wrong with me. I knew. My kids always ask me, why you always laying in the bed? Why you in the bed? Why you all, baby, mommy tired. My son, oh, but you don't work while you tired. I said, I don't know, baby. Maybe it's my age. I don't know. Mommy tired. Like, my kids, they understand, like, why I was always laying in the bed, why we can't go nowhere, why we can't do this. I didn't want to tell them that. They little kids, they don't need to know what's going on. But I did write a goodbye letter for my kids because I really, really thought that I was dying. Like, the doctors can't help me. They said I was fine. But you know your body. You know your body. I know my body. I don't get sick that often. If I get sick, it's for a day or two. I don't get sick that often. I might get a little headache, yeah, from working too much or not going to sleep. But that's it. And when I take NyQuil puts me out. I need one little NyQuil. I'm out for the rest of the night. I'm out like a light. And when them pills wasn't working for me, I knew something was wrong. I knew something, especially when my mouth went to the side. And I was stuttering. I couldn't talk. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all on birth control and y'all having these side effects and you can't figure out what's going on with you, the doctors can't figure it out, get off birth control. Get off birth control. I'm telling you, this might not happen to everybody. This is my story. I'm telling my story. What happened to me. If you're going through the same thing, it's your birth control. It's your birth control. I promise you, it's your birth control. So I say all this to say, you know your body. If you know something not right and you don't know what's going on with you and the doctors don't know what's going on, it's your birth control. Get off your birth control, okay? It's your birth control. But I want to say I've been off birth control for almost 2 years. I want to say I've been off birth control for 2 years, and my life, I want to say 6 months after I got off birth control, my life did a 360. My life turned around. Like, my life turned around. I wasn't getting migraines. I wasn't getting headaches. All the signs that I wasn't stuttering. I was going to sleep on time. I was sleeping through the night. I had energy. I got my strength back. It just felt so good to know that I wasn't dying anymore, because I was dying. Yes, I was. If I would have stayed on that birth control, I think I would have died. I really think my body would have gave out, and I think I would have died. I don't think I would be able to stand right here, right now, and tell my story about my birth control. There was a bad time in my life, a year and a half that I wasted. But I can say, as of today, 2023, June 2020, or is it July? I don't know. See, look. July 2023, I'm back. I'm stronger. I ain't going to say healthier because I'm not. But I'm back. I'm stronger. I'm not as strong as I was. I will say that. And I feel like, oh, you know what? And through this time, I want to say my, how I'm going to put this? I want to say, I don't know how to put this. I want to say from all of that, I don't know how to put it. I'm going to say this. Like, okay, don't you know how when somebody say something to you, you can just ignore it. You can ignore something. I feel like my personality changed. I feel like my personality changed. I don't want to say I'm a mean girl, but like before I knew how to ignore people, but now I don't. I feel like what happened to me in that year and a half, it made me mean. I want to say it made me mean. Like all my feelings show. I don't hold my feelings back. I say what I want to say. It made me mean. Before I was just so nice, like I was just like I'm still nice. I'm the nicest person. I'm just a nice person. Like I'm not mean. I respect my elders. I help people if I can. I hold the door for people. Like I'm a real nice, genuine person. Like I really am. But now I feel like after all of that, it made me like a little mean. I feel like it made me bipolar. I feel like I'm bipolar. Cause like one day I can like you, the next day I don't like you. It's just, I don't know. It's like I don't know how to ignore anybody. Like if somebody come for me, I'm coming for you. Point blank. Period. Like I don't like to be disrespected. I don't like for people to talk down to me. Like I just don't like it. Before I can ignore somebody, but to this day, I can't ignore nobody, and I think that's something that I need to work on. I think I need to work on my attitude. And I don't want to say I have an attitude all the time, but I feel like when you be smart or you piss me off, then it's like a whole nother person. Like I'm just like a monster. Like I turn into a monster. Like I'm nice. You nice to me, I'm nice to you. You respect me, I respect you. But once you disrespect me or you mean to me, I just turn into like this monster. Like I don't like that person. I don't because I'm old enough where I should be able to ignore people. Like I should, but I can't. I just feel like that turned me into like a mean monster. And I noticed that my personality changed a little bit. Like it changed me. But I be having so much energy. So. When I say my energy be up here, every single day I be on 100. It's like I'm either going to be on 100, I'm all through the day, or I'm going to be really, really tired. I feel like that's the only two moods that I got. And like, I feel the energy or I'm tired. You get either or. You're going to get the energy tighter or you're going to get the tired tighter. But I am sleepy. I am about to go to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. I just wanted to tell my story. I'm not 100% back to my normal self, but I want to say I'm about 85%. I do have migraines maybe once in a blue moon. I did have one for like 2 days the other day, but I think that's because I was working too much. But it went away. When I do take medicine, it does work. So I don't know what y'all put in that Depo shot, but y'all need to figure it out. And if I couldn't be on it that long, the doctor should have told me that. I asked her, was there a time frame that I should be on this Depo shot? And she said no. She said you're going to be on a Depo shot for how long you want to be. But I will say the doctor did tell me, I think this is the last time I got the Depo shot. She told me after I got the Depo shot. She did tell me you will lose bone muscle. Did she say bone strength or something? You will start to feel weak. But about after you get off the Depo shot for a little bit, you'll gain your strength back. I didn't gain all my strength back. But that's my story. I'll see y'all next time in my next video. Good night. Peace.